I absolutely love this format of fielding the questions in Facebook and fielding the questions from our audience and then answering them on our weekly message. If you haven't noticed, I've been doing a lot of that. There were several questions this week about quantum healing energy. And, you know, it's like trying to define the undefinable first. Quantum is the new physics. Quantum is the fact that energy carries a momentum. And people have been studying it for, a decade or two at least, or longer. I remember I guess it was in the 90s. I was on my way to a show, a thing in Kansas that I did, and I stopped by a very old friend, and I was looking for answers. And this was before I started channeling, before I started any of this, and I was just beginning to realize that I could see into people's bodies and I could hold the space for their own healing, which eventually led me to channeling Adironnda. And I asked this guy, Dave, why me? And his answer was much like Adironda's, why not you? Now, he studied Buddhism and he studied many things that at that moment I was completely unfamiliar with. But I trusted him. And he said, you are opening to a new realm of possibilities. And that realm is the quantum world. I'm like, I had never even heard the word quantum at that point. I did not know what that meant. But shortly thereafter, I began channeling, and Adironnda used the word quantum, and then I saw Lee Carroll in 2002, and he used the word quantum, and so I began to look into quantum healing and the quantum healing energy. And it really is, the premise of it is about defining the undefinable. The human form puts out an energy field. The guy, Dave, he worked with the University of Kansas at the time, and they had a department that was studying, researching the amount of energy a body puts out when they're praying, the amount of energy a body puts out when they do Reiki, and when they're focused on sending other forms of healing energy. And the strongest was praying and Reiki because it doesn't diffuse the energy. So quantum healing energy is about utilizing the natural innate abilities of the body, the human mind, the human heart, the human field, if you would, and expanding it and putting an intention behind it. Now, all kinds of healers have come out with quantum healing energy. I mean, and they're complicated or simple. They're expensive or they're inexpensive. What I have seen is they all have the same basic premise. Your intention and your visualization taps into your body's own innate quantum, beyond the physical energy, healing. With that, you can shift physical reality with your intention. That was what my confusion was, is because I didn't in the 90s realize that the human, no matter how much they feel about themselves, no matter how unworthy they may feel, or how worthy they may feel, they carry an element of quantum energy, which is an element that is beyond this glass of water, beyond what you can physically touch and see, beyond this blue bottle. In fact, this blue bottle accelerates quantum energy because it takes one aspect and transforms it into another to raise the vibration of something that's in it. That's about quantum healing energy. So, with that, this bottle, you know what that is. It's one of our cobalt blue bottles. But with that, the quantum healing energy can then define a new medicine, a new frequency, a new focus of your own healing. And if you have any doubt of that, talk to me. A few years ago, most of you knew that a few years ago I was diagnosed with a heart ailment that they said was uncorrectable. There was no known medicine for this, and no known way to retract it. That it was going to be, it was not terminal, but it was not something that I would ever recover from. Then I took a tumble, and had all kinds of exciting adventures in the hospital, and a month in ICU and intubated. And I started thinking, well, first of all, if the doctors say that the size of my heart or part of my heart is irreversible, that's not my reality. And in the quantum world, the quantum healing energy world, that's not a part of the reality either. So what's possible? And the cool thing is, everything is possible. Everything is possible. So I started working on healing. I started seeing, visualizing my own heart in perfect size to the relationship of the rest of my body. I started visualizing the energy of my heart going through easily and effortlessly. At the last note of the doctor, he said, kept remeasuring my heart, and he said, "Your heart is near normal size." I said, "Of course, that's my reality." So that's quantum energy healing. That's what we teach in holographic healing, as well as a host of other teachers. I mean, gobs of people on Healing Wednesday and gobs of people at other places in the world are teaching quantum healing energy. In holographic healing, I try to make it simple. I don't give you a lot of to do this and do that, or have that or do this, because quantum healing energy, in its essence, is quite simple. The human mind, in connection with the human heart, can visualize and see anything remotely. Right? The human mind, in connection with the human heart, puts out an energy field around your body, right? Dr. Emoto in Messages from the Water proved that. The human mind and the human energy field, when aligned with the physical ailment in another, can rearrange that physical form through energy, quantum healing energy, intention, and visualization. It is proven scientifically. That's where the word quantum comes from. That energy is one of the most powerful energies on the planet. And as it's harnessed, can shift the physical human body. Quantum healing energy is upon us. no matter what you call it. I call it holographic healing. I try to make it as simple as possible so everyone can learn it. Can you imagine what it would be like if the planet, all the people on the planet, were able to heal themselves? Now, I don't want you to think that if you go to the doctor, that's not a part of the quantum healing energy. When you go to the doctor, sometimes it's to get the diagnosis so you know exactly what you're dealing with, to have the x-rays, to know what you're talking about. And then you apply the essence of quantum healing energy or holographic healing or whatever other form of healing energy you prefer to follow, doesn't matter. And then quantum physics steps in and allows the human form to shift as a result of your intention. This is an amazing world. Absolutely phenomenally amazing. And I love it. Namaste, y'all. Namaste.